Hey, Winter here, and today I'm in Israel. Actually, I'm right out at the Dead Sea. It's really a unique place and an interesting body of water. You actually really float. If you don't know anything about it, we're about 1,000 feet below sea level. I've never been anywhere below sea level. It's kind of an interesting feeling, and it's really warm down here, as opposed to where we were in Jerusalem just a couple hours ago. So anyways, today I have some answers to some of your questions, and we'll get to that now.
So without further ado, let's dive right into the first question, which comes from Sheldon, who says this. Hi, Winter. I hope you can help me. I'm suffering from depression. I don't have any job now. I'm currently on disability. I'm very unhappy with my present state, and I am tired all the time. What does it take to unblock the negative self-talk that I am feeling all this while? I often meditate to gain peace and calm. I try not to focus on my present state of flux, but instead on where I wish to be and who I wish to become. But then things seem not to be changing as I struggle with my depressive state. All right, Sheldon, it sounds like you are on the right track with your meditation to gain peace and calm, as well as your focus on where and who you want to be. Those are really important parts. You are halfway there to feeling better about your life and getting things going in a positive way. Now I know disability doesn't pay out a lot, so you might do just as well working from home. Now I've said this before in previous videos, but I really cannot stress enough how in this day and age, no one really has any excuse to say they can't have any income even though they don't have a job. I've known people who work out of libraries, cafes, shopping malls, anywhere that provides free Wi-Fi or any sort of internet access, and they make a pretty decent income online. Think about what you're good at. Look at your current set of skills and figure out if you can offer your expertise online. There are always people looking to get things done, whether it's their accounts or blog content or even consultation or advice on a particular project. Consider getting on sites like elance.com or guru.com and just check out the kind of work people need doing. Now, alternatively, there are turnkey online businesses you can consider getting into. But just like an offline business, you have to be careful and do your research and due diligence before starting any business endeavor. Now, depending on your condition, you could also try and get out of the house for a few hours each day working a part-time job. You would be amazed how getting out in the world just for a few hours a day will cheer you up. If you don't feel well enough to work part-time at a simple and attainable job, please make sure you get plenty of people contact in other ways. This is essential. People are social animals, and we need one another. It is important to get out into circulation in order to get our own circulation going. If you can't work on any level, find an opportunity to volunteer somewhere, even if it's only a couple of hours a week. Being with other people, doing something valuable and worthwhile to help others will work wonders for your whole mindset. And who knows, you may gain valuable skills and your sense of your own value will absolutely soar. Sometimes tiredness and exhaustion is a symptom of psychological rather than physical problems. Have you ever had a headache and felt awful only to go to the movie with a friend and have the headache clear away? Sometimes tiredness, it's like this too. We're too exhausted to go to a social gathering. We make ourselves go, and we come home feeling energized and great. I personally went through this just a couple days ago. Although meditation is wonderful and it sounds like you're doing it right, sometimes a refreshing walk outside in a park does us more good, body and soul, than continuing to stay within our own thoughts and within our own lethargic feelings. A stint of exercise releases feel-good chemicals in the body too, giving us a natural mood lift. Plus, it gives us an opportunity to interact with people. Most dog owners are willing to let a passerby stroke their dog and ask their pet's name, etc. It's a good way to do a little easy socializing to help us feel more in the swim of things. Thoughts are energy, either negative, positive, or neutral. And that is why it is important to monitor our thoughts and see what their quality is. A lot of times, we are almost unconsciously listening to negative self-talk. More negative than positive seems to be the human pattern. That is why being alone with our thoughts too much can actually hurt us, even when we are good at meditation. In addition to meditation, introduce affirmations into your thought patterns. Meditate on a good saying, such as ones from the Desiderata. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and stars. You have a right to be here. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. Now, often thoughtful, meditative people are strong on the thinking point, but less strong on the taking action part, which is an important part of getting out of any holes we feel stuck in. As a simple an action as taking a walk can revolutionize your whole day, even your whole week. Now, did you know that making your bed each day is psychologically healthy and helps combat depression? Is your home clean and orderly? Make achievable goals to get it in shape, and you will find it is like a breath of fresh air, not only coming into your living space, but into your life. Are you attending to your own grooming too? Do you get up, get dressed, shower, and shave each day? Or are you letting yourself go? Sometimes simply going for a haircut is a major antidepressant and self-confidence booster. Since you are feeling tired and down, making goals that are too large or daunting will only make you feel worse. Make reasonable, small, achievable goals. Now, places of employment are not allowed to discriminate on account of disability unless the disability really means you will not be able to do the job. In fact, they are required by law to make all the accommodations they can so do that they can hire the disabled. Sprucing up your resume might be a goal to achieve over a couple of days. Registering for a job site might be a goal for one day too. Beginning to hunt for jobs on that website, say reading 5 job descriptions in a day and sending out 1 resume. Doesn't that sound like an achievable goal? You can change the energy patterns your thoughts are creating through meditation and positive thinking. But don't forget the wave of vitality and happiness that can come through small but effective actions. The longest journey begins with the first step. Take the first step, and you are really halfway there. Sheldon, to a happier and more fulfilling life. Now, moving on to the next question. This one comes from Kip, and he says, "Hello, Winter. I have a big problem with procrastination. Often I have many great ideas. I get started with one, then I jump onto the next one, or I have several going at the same time, and then I get overwhelmed by it all. It all seems to sneak up on me and keep me extremely busy. But at the end of the day, I find that nothing much is accomplished despite all the effort I have put in. I'm employed full-time. I have a 401k. No, I'm not happy with my current situation. I have been working for the past 3 to 4 years to become self-employed. I'm currently a few days away from getting my online business started, but should have had it live sooner. I also have my physical business and personal training, exercise, which has been a very slow-going one for the last 2 to 3 years. How do I accomplish all my goals? I feel that I am on the right track within getting them started and going. However, I eventually end up getting swamped. I feel the answer to this is just prioritize and take small bits at a time. It is very frustrating, as I feel that something is sneaking up on me and stopping me right there when I am in the groove and raging and roaring to go. So first, welcome to the club, Kip. Many people have a problem with procrastination. In fact, there is an old joke that a notice came out from a procrastinators club. We were in a meeting on Tuesday night, but the meeting has been postponed. Most of us are members of that kind of club, or at least we can relate to its membership. You already have a good idea of what you need to do, prioritize, and take small bits at a time. We'll talk about all that, but first, let's go into some of the other issues you mentioned. You seem to have a fertile imagination. As you say, you have many great ideas. Now that's wonderful, but it's all too easy for an active mind to go off in too many directions all the time, resulting in confusion and a lack of accomplishment. A great way to discipline your mind is to write things down. Make sure you keep a pocket-sized notebook or use a note-taking app on your phone to make notes of those ideas that pop into your mind. Then, and only then, when you have time, write them into one larger notebook reserved for this purpose alone. Write down, in the best order you can, the steps needed to turn your idea into a reality. You can keep track of a project and its progress through this notebook. If you buy a several subject notebook, you can have several projects going at a time with systematic steps laid out that you can check off one by one, so you know exactly where you are at each project. Variety can be the spice of life. A variety of projects and things to accomplish sometimes keeps life interesting. At the same time, you do need to develop a systematic way of doing things in order to focus and achieve. That is why making lists and following them methodically is important. A creative mind like yours will jump around, so discipline yourself to do each step or task on a list of things you need and want to get done in order down the line. When doubts and distractions come, just keep following the list down the line. Don't skip any steps. Cross each one off as you accomplish it and savor the reward of having done so. You will find those tasks melting away and you will gain ground and a sense of accomplishment. You will feel satisfied at the end of the day, even if every single task did not get completed. Don't give in to temptation not to do things systematically. Follow a list step by step is a great harness for a fertile and active mind such as you have. It does sound like you have several pots going on the stove with your full-time job, your online business, and your physical training expertise. That's okay. But you may be dividing your attention too much. So why not pick one of your sidelines to concentrate on building in addition to the responsibilities of your full-time job? This is where prioritizing comes in. It again involves making lists. Choose one of your larger tasks, such as your new online business. What needs to be done to move it forward? What absolutely must be done in order to make it succeed? What can be done tomorrow or next week? What are things that need to be done long term, but do not need to be done for a month or two? Prioritize your tasks according to when they need to be done by. Then make a master list to work from, systematically checking off each one by one as you accomplish it. You can use a calendar, either a paper or an electronic one, to block out what must be done by when. Then you can see where you are at in one glance. This can be very calming to see your tasks blocked out and to feel the relief of getting the highest priority tasks accomplished within the appropriate time frame. There is an old saying that goals are dreams with deadlines. Listing your ideas or dreams, breaking them down into manageable tasks, prioritizing the tasks, and then knocking them down one by one in order will focus that creative mind of yours and tame it. Be grateful you have a fertile, active mind. That is a great gift of life. But just like a wild horse, it needs the bridle of discipline to win races. Good luck. Okay, this next question comes from Mary, who says this. I have a good job as a sales rep. However, I am 61 years old and cannot retire as I will not be able to live life the way I want. I have gotten myself into debt by creating 2 businesses. These businesses have not brought in any money so far. I put in as much time as I can. However, it seems I'm spinning my wheels between working my job and getting my businesses up and running. How do I go about getting help? I have not got the money to hire staff as yet, even though I know I cannot do everything myself. I believe a virtual assistant or VA would be good, but I have no idea how to get him or her to do what it is that they need to do. I am positive and know everything will turn out well. It is just a matter of getting things in place to make it happen. Now, the problem of time management is big for me, as it seems there's not enough time in the day to get everything done. Thank you. Now first, Mary, I love your ambition and dynamism. Running 2 businesses and carrying on a full-time other job is a tall order for absolutely anyone. It is great that you have the confidence and optimism to know that everything will turn out well and that you just need a few adjustments to make it all more workable. So why not take a closer look at your 2 businesses and figure out why they're not bringing in profits? Evaluate them carefully and see if there is a clear reason why they are not working. Sometimes the systems we have in place are not working for us and they're draining time and energy. Now, you believe that a VA would help, but you also say you do not have the money to hire one. You also say you don't know how to direct such a person, even if you had one. So you may have to make do for now. Try examining your existing processes and methods and see if there are ways you can streamline, double up, such as kill 2 birds with 1 stone, make procedures more cost and time effective, or condense steps so they are less time consuming and laborious. Since it sounds like you may be spreading yourself too thin, maybe you should just concentrate on one of your businesses for now, of course in addition to your full-time job. Choose the one that is the most workable, or the one you think you know how to fix, and concentrate your energies on that one. Careful examination of all systems you have in place, hopefully with some experienced and expert business guidance, should give you some answers. Debt can really be a burden, so you should be very careful. Evaluate your budget in order to pay it off as quickly as possible. As we must budget our money, we must also budget our time. So when it comes to time management, most of us struggle with getting all that we need to get done in the 24-hour period we have each day. There are so many distractions. There are so many issues that pop up taking our time, attention, and energy. Some are important, others are less so. Sorting out how much time to give to every issue that arises is an art and a science. But first, let's get you a couple more hours per day. Everyone can use that, right? One of the first steps is becoming aware of how you use your time. To make a time budget, you need to begin by noticing where your time is currently being spent. Keep an honest time log for a week's time. Don't just vaguely in your mind say, oh, I worked on Excel sheets for maybe an hour and a half mid-morning. Really pinpoint it, log it. You can even buy a graph paper or line paper and mark each and every hour of each and every day. Be honest with yourself. You have nothing to lose by being honest, and you're going to use this exercise to gain yourself some more valuable time. Now, after a week, examine your time logs. Where did the time really go? This may be a real eye-opener. You may find that lots of time is slipping through your fingers. The lunch you thought you took 45 minutes might have really been an hour and a half. And 3 hours of television per evening? Can you cut it down to 2 and then 1, and even some evenings you don't even turn on the TV but do simple tasks that will make things better tomorrow? Getting the dishes done, your clothing laid out for the morning, a sandwich made and packed, that extra load of laundry washed and dried, the buttons sewn on your suit, etc. Those kinds of tasks can be done at a gentle pace, and they can be restful in and of themselves. They also lay a good foundation for the next day of efficient time management. You will undoubtedly find wasted time on your time log. I guarantee this. So look for areas where you can cut back and the time spent on useless activities. You don't have to cut those activities out. Just cut them back a bit and use those valuable minutes and hours to plug into making your business succeed. TV watching is a great time consumer in modern life, as is internet surfing when you have no real interest in looking something up. I mean, so many people spend time on Facebook. Yet, these activities can be very fun and relaxing. Cut them back, not out. So you still have your simple pleasures, but you also have more of that wonderful and rare modern commodity, time.
All right, that's all the time I have for today. I'm going to go out and enjoy the water, just float around for a little bit. I hope some of those answers helped you on your road to success. Again, this is Winter V signing off, wishing you health, wealth, and prosperity in each and everything that you do.